Hello, gentlemen. Today we're going to break down some of the plays that JonBeast used to win his second belt against TJ. Now, this was last week, so I'm a bit late on this, but I was thinking about doing a film review on this game, but in my opinion, I thought the match was quite sloppy. I saw some bad things from both players, and that's not to say that I'm better than either of them, because I'm not even close to as good as those two guys, but it was a sloppy game for a belt match. I saw some really bad mistakes by both. TJ got a bit unlucky in this match. It happens, it's Madden. But JonBeast is a worthy champion, and I'm going to break down some of his rock combinations because he does have some of the best dots in the entire game. Now, one thing I want to mention is JonBeast is in the Eagles playbook, which is also the Colts playbook. And a lot of these route combinations do require additional routes because he does use Hot Route Master. So I do want to preface that for those of you who like to play like Regs or CFM, you might not be able to do all of these route combinations, but they might give you some ideas. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with some red zone dots. We're going to come out in gun bunch strong nasty, and the play is going to be wide trail. The way I recommend running this is I'd say anywhere between the 5 and the 10 yard line. I don't know what the min and max is for John himself because this is his route combination. He probably knows better than I do where he likes to run this, but I imagine it's somewhere between the 5 and the 10 because you do want the corner route and the post to kind of get along the back of the end zone. So right here, they do touch the back of the end zone, so it's fine. And the way he sets it up, puts his running back on a ghost route. That is very important. That is kind of what makes the play work. Drag your tight end, in route your outside bunch receiver, motion him out, and let him set. So the concept here is you want this running back ghost route to suck zones down and get the corner route open because the user is never going to take away the corner route. Like that is just not where users run. Maybe if you've spammed this like a million times and are expecting it, they might do that. But if they do that, they're just going to leave the dragger and the in route open. So it's not really that smart. So let's go ahead and have a look here. So right here, this was actually really good coverage. But I'd say anytime they play like a cover 2 type deal, or like they like to put their outside cornerbacks on clouds and put their safeties on hook curls or inside quarters, that's what it's going to be very good against. But if they play like all deep zones, that is where it will struggle a little bit. But right here, for instance, corner route, wide open, and that's what you're looking for. And that is going to happen against a large majority of people. And the other thing I want to caution you about is a lot of good players don't blitz you down here, but random people in head-to-head definitely will. And I'll say that you need to be on the lookout for that because if they blitz you, the setup isn't as good. Right here, kind of missed the read. Eventually didn't get to it, but corner route is really where you want to start. Be able to tell if he's going to get open. If he can't, you're just going to move off and go to like your drag, your in, or even your backside post. Like right here. My in route stopped running. I don't know why. It's weird like that in this game. But yeah, this is overall a really solid concept. The drag and the in route are really going to hold the user down. And if he sits on either one of those and the corner route doesn't get open, you're really going to be looking at this kind of backside post. Right there, you get blitz. And again, it's not the best setup against the blitz. But the reason he runs it is because good players typically don't blitz down here. They just want to play coverage. But overall, corner route gets open right there. As you can see, it's a pretty good route combination. And for the next red zone combination, we're going to be talking about PA tight end scissors out of single back wing slot. The reason I like this as a variation of the play we just talked about is because of the stretch alert bubble. This is a formation that kind of forces people to play defense a certain way because of the stretch alert bubble. Like you do have to kind of like maybe blitz your outside cornerback, man up these slots, and this play takes advantage of that. So good stuff by John. I think this is really smart. And the way we're going to run this is, again, between the 5 and the 10, I think is where you want to get to. And you want to run your tight ends to the wide side of the field. So the ball's on the left hash, tight ends on the right, working to the wide side. So we're going to drag this outside receiver, ghost route the running back. And the idea here is kind of the same as what we just talked about in the first setup. You want this ghost route to suck zones down, maybe get this inside tight end open on the corner. If he doesn't, that's fine. We have other things to work to. We have this other tight end that will reach the back of the end zone. Against zone, he's going to be open a lot. And then against man, because people will man up the inside, or I guess the slot receiver, because he's on a bubble oftentimes, he will cook on this corner route. So overall, really good setup here. You know, against, you know, these kind of stock defenses, it might not be as good, to be honest with you. So like right there, nothing was really open. But the way people like to play defense down in the red zone, it is going to be good. Let's have a look here. I don't know what happened there, to be honest with you. But he is going to win against man coverage a lot. So let's have a look here. This is a really good example of what will happen against zone. I know that looks scary. You can highball that if you really want to. But just pay attention to how zones kind of react to this route combination. The corner route is going to occupy a flat and the outside deep zone. The post crosses the middle third's face. And unless that linebacker has lurk artist, I do not think he will animate on this ball. So overall, as you can see, the ghost route was open too. But oftentimes he's just kind of there to bring zones down as opposed to be an actual read. So again, people will man this guy up and hopefully he will beat his man and you can actually complete the pass. Right here, there's the tight end. That was a close one, I'm not gonna lie, but as you can see, he does get open. One more time. Right there, safety ended up playing that pretty well. I probably should have gone to the tight end. The post running along the back of the end zone. Let me have a look. Probably wouldn't have been the best read, honestly, but as you can see, pretty good play that is going to be a good complement to the RPO bubble stretch. Okay, now let's talk about a few open field route combinations that will just get big chunk yardage. I'll get through these a little bit quicker because they're a little bit more straightforward. But what we're going to do is talk about dagger. Now you can do this first play out of like really any of these plays, but dagger, it'll save you like one step, which is streaking your slot receiver. So that's why I'm calling dagger. Random play, and then you want your bunch to be on the short side of the field. So ball's on the right, bunch is on the right. What you're going to do is you're going to max protect. You're going to angle your running back. You're going to crosser your ISO receiver, which is X. And then you're going to flat your outside bunch receiver. This is going to be really good because this crosser from the ISO side can get over zone drops. And overall, like, it's just really hard to stop. So let's go ahead and take a look. What you're going to see is this streak is also going to clear deep zones because we're on the short side of the field with our bunch. So this guy will definitely clear out like outside quarters, thirds, all that kind of stuff. So max protect, angle, flat, crosser. Play looks like this. When he ran it in the game, he actually did not complete it. He did click on and try to catch it, but he just dropped it. But it was on a crucial down too. I think it was a 4th down. But I like the route combination a lot. It gives you time because you block your tight end. If your opponent's running some kind of blitz, like a dollar or something, what I would recommend doing is just sliding your line left like this. And then that way you're going to pick up like maybe this guy a little bit better right here. You don't have to ID, but as you can see, didn't get quite enough time to hit the crosser. But really, you're looking for the angle or the crosser. You do have the ability to hit the flat sometimes. Against man coverage, you of course won't. But as you can see, it's just like a simple high-low between this angle and the crosser. Next up, we have smash return out of gun bunch offset. We're going to run this with the bunch to the short side, just like this. And what I'm going to do is wheel my running back and motion him out immediately just to save some time. But the rest of the route combination is going to be post the ISO receiver, drag your tight end, and corner out your slot receiver. So your play art should look like this. Again, sorry if you guys don't have these routes, but this is how JonBeast runs it. And I mean, let me tell you right now, this play is really, really hard to stop. You better, like, I would say, pressure and force a mistake, because if you try to play coverage against this, this is really going to beat like any coverage in the game. So first thing I'm going to look for is man coverage. If it is man coverage, I'm going to try to hit my corner out pretty much every single time. If for some reason he just doesn't separate, you're looking at your drag and your return routes. Those are going to be like your other two man beaters. But against like zone, like this post is going to be open like all the time. So like right here, that's not typically what's going to happen. This must be match coverage. I think that's might be what happened. But against like a regular cover 3, this wheel from the running back is going to pull. It's like right here, probably man coverage, is going to pull an outside third away from that post. So like right here, it's probably a cover 0. The way you'd want to read this, I would say, is maybe try to throw to your running back very quickly. Maybe the drag, or maybe the corner route on his break. You have to make a quick read. So let's go ahead and have a look. Right here, there's a running back. I would say that's a good idea against a cover 0 because they're not shading down. They're probably playing like regular man coverage, and they can't aggressively play that. So let's have a look. Man coverage right here. I'm going to try to throw it to this corner route. We don't have anything to clear out a deep zone there, so that's like a really deep outside third. That's really only going to be the only thing that plays that, or helps on that properly, I should say. So right here, see if it's man coverage again. It is corner out. If that doesn't get open, remember, drag or return. And then let me show you this post versus cover 3. If we don't get cover 3 here, I'll just briefly go to cover 3. But this is gonna be really good against like a cover 2 as well. So let me go ahead and go to cover 3 real quick, just to show you that you can throw him on his break. So smash return, make sure my zones are on default. Cover 3 sky, one more time. Just like this. Watch on his break. You're gonna see he is open right here, away from the safety. And then if they play a cover 2, which I'll show you that real quick as well. I know these breakdowns are going a little bit longer than I wanted to. But cover 2, a mid read will probably play the post, to be honest with you. But most people don't use mid reads. So you'll need either a mid read or a deep blue from your middle linebacker to play this post. But what you're going to see, it's like right here, even a mid read doesn't really play it. You probably need a deep middle blue there. But the deep halves, they get occupied with the wheel from the running back and the corner route from the slot receiver. Huge window here between the safeties. And if the user takes that away, well, then we have the drag and the return route underneath. Next, we're going to talk about a double post setup out of Gun Bunch. That is pretty creative. I don't know if I've seen it before, JonBeast. Maybe it's been ran before, but I just can't recall it. But what he does is short side, puts the outside bunch receiver on a corner route. He'll drag the slot receiver, wheel the running back, and post to ISO. So your play art should look like this. And the way I would read it is I would always start with the tight end first because of the nature of the route. Like, he's oftentimes going to be open if they don't play like some kind of aggressive flats or shaded down man with outside leverage or something. So read him first. If they play a man coverage, I'll probably move to the corner route to see if he can separate. And then I'll move to like the middle of the field with like the drag, the wheel, and the post. So let's have a look here. It's like right here. Corner route didn't actually get open, so probably shouldn't have thrown it, but that was a predetermined read. So go ahead and read the tight end first. Okay, does not get open. This post does. And we split the safeties and get the touchdown. So he loves kind of like this wheel ISO post combination. We did it with a motion out last time. Keeps his running back in the backfield for this one. But like right here, like I'm telling you right now, this guy, he's going to be open way more. They're playing like aggressive shade down or something. But the tight end will be open a lot. Let's read it again. Right here, just get your like, I don't know, 5 to 10 yards. Trust me, take that every single time because you're not going to get sacked. You're always going to gain something. And you're going to start forcing your opponent to respect it in some way. And if you can't adjust to it, then God bless. You're just going to move the ball all game. Let's go ahead and have a look here. As you can see, boom, quick. Get your 10 to 11 yards. But as for the rest of the play, you know, it really starts with the wheel and the corner out. That's really where you're looking first. But then I would say you move to the drag. That'd be the next progression. But like right here, try to click on against that third, I think it was, and try to make the play. One more time. Oh, I didn't have the post. I don't know how he ran a smoke screen. One more time. Sometimes the hot routes just don't register properly. It's really weird. Okay, right here. Just go ahead and get it to my tight end, get my gain. Anyways, that's going to be it for the breakdown. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please drop a like if you did. If we get to 200 likes, I will do a full film review of TJ versus JonBeast and talk about both offense and defense and all of the details that kind of go into it, because it is high level Madden and there's a lot of information to get from these guys playing. And then the last thing I want to say is if you guys want additional help and want to start winning more games, acemadden.com is the place to be. Just become a member. You'll gain access to all of the offense and defense that we have on the site already. We have some updates coming very soon, as well as a new offense. So be on the lookout for that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.